You're watching ESPNcricinfo Match Day. It's same old in the IPL because Chennai Super Kings have won yet another game. Playing at home, they were 160 for 3 in the 20 overs that they batted first. Faf du Plessis with 54. Punjab were cruising at one time, a 110-run partnership they had in the middle there, but yet ended up on the losing side. When you look at that margin of defeat, it's 22 runs. That seems rather large for a T20 game, but all this while it seemed like Punjab could chase that, but not in the end. It's the famous Chennai choke that was applied by MS Dhoni and his men that is resulted in Kings 11 Punjab losing that encounter. With me, Ajit Agarkar, Sean Tate. Explain that to me. I mean, 22 runs in a T20 game is a big enough margin, but it didn't seem like to have a 110-run partnership where you were not even like chasing a much higher strike rate. How did they end up on the losing side, Kings 11?
Not sure. That's a terrible chase. I mean, you said at the start, Chennai sort of got them to struggle or choke. I don't think so. I think they did it with their own hands. When you're chasing a 160 and you have a 110-run partnership for the third wicket, you should be in control of that chase if you've batted for that long. I'm not sure what they did between overs sort of 12 and 17 or thereabouts, where they just batted spinners without getting too many runs and left too much to do later on. I don't think these batters have the ability of a Andre Russell or even MS Dhoni at times when he's set, the way he targets bowlers. I don't think these guys had the ability. So with so many wickets in the shed, shouldn't have left too much to do. I think that defeat will really hurt them.
If I was to play the devil's advocate, just trying to get inside the heads of what the middle order would have done in Sarfaraz Khan and KL Rahul at the time, maybe because they saw how well the spinners did even in the first innings, play out the 3 spinners there, and we knew the fast bowlers haven't done well for Chennai. Chahar hadn't even bowled in the death. Maybe they thought they could get those runs in the end. Clearly they haven't at the end.
I mean, early wickets hurt them as well. If you lose a couple of early wickets, you're probably going to struggle a lot of the time, but I think you can't play out 3 spinners.
Yeah, but I mean, both those strike rates, sorry to interrupt, 113 and 117.
Yeah, it's,
at one point they needed, I think, just over 60 of 7 overs.
They probably should have, with 5-6 overs to go, they should have taken the handbrake off, and they failed to do that. And you can't play out 3 spinners. You can play out 1.
Yeah.
You can't let 3 spinners go.
And there was no intent at all.
You must attack 2 of those 3 spinners.
It's a bizarre chase, actually.
You think they were let off easily, the Harbhajans, the Ravindra Jadejas and the Imran Tahir in that middle?
Yeah. I mean, when you have so many wickets in hand, you can't... Like I said, I think you can check the exact runs needed, but at 7 overs, if you need less than 10 runs an over,
it was
how do you end up with 39 of 2 overs?
If you're going to lose the game anyway, but you might as well have a crack. So you might as well, you're obviously losing 2 early wickets. They're experienced spinners. There's no doubt about that. The Chennai choke, they've got those experienced players, but you must have a crack. You've got to win the game. If you're going to lose anyway by 20 runs, just have a go at winning it and lose by 40.
Sure, maybe I'm just looking at various reasons why they could have done that. The other that really comes to mind, if you look at the Kings 11 batting lineup, Miller seems like the only guy who could have got them run after they were dismissed. Mandeep hasn't had a great tournament. Karan, you didn't know if he can get your runs right at the bottom. And then there's a long tail that Kings 11 have. They don't have those all-rounders as such. Could that have been the reason?
Well, they've still got Karan, a couple of guys that can come in and hit. So, again, if you're going to lose anyway, you may as well have a go. And if you get out, let those guys have a go. But I think someone like KL Rahul, I love watching him play. I think he's a really good player. He's obviously lacking a bit of form at the moment. This could be a little bit of a get in form innings. But the problem is, if he's in form, his strike rate's not 117, and he probably goes on to win that match for them. Because he's not. He couldn't go right through to the end. And win it.
I mean, he was 30 balls 41 at one stage, if I remember correctly. That's 17 more balls to play. He's played after that for 14. At that stage, your strike rate needs to go up if you batted for as long as you have.
You can't have 2 guys batting at the same tempo.
Exactly.
One of them's got to go before the other one does. If he gets out, the other one gets a chance. So you've got 2 guys plodding along at the same time, that's going to hurt you a bit as well.
Good innings by both of them, but for themselves, not actually didn't help the team at all.
Okay, I'm just going to go back to the one moment, Ajit. Now, we saw this in the game previous to that. Siraj bowled that no ball and then went for plenty. Some sort of a situation was arising there where Deepak Chahar got the ball, bowled one free hit, gave another one. Could that have been the turning point? And the way MS handled there, I think he clearly went and told him, listen, back of the hand isn't working, stop it. And
Well, I mean, there was no Andre Russell at the other end. I think Sarfaraz Khan is no Andre Russell, nor is KL Rahul or David Miller. So I don't think you can compare. Plus, different wickets, different grounds, slightly bigger ground. So I don't think Dhoni was going to let that happen at all. Yesterday, in spite of those couple of full tosses, they kept bowling half trackers. Here it was a bit different. Even if you bowled into the pitch, the side boundaries are a bit long, so you had to hit a good shot. Like I said, he wasn't bowling to Andre Russell.
what this has also done is, up until now, Deepak Chahar wasn't tested in the death over. This is the first time he's bowled a death over. Must have given him some confidence with those Yorkers.
You know what? I actually thought after the two shockers at the start, he probably trying to get two fancy ball slow balls.
Yeah.
Then he hit a few Yorkers. Then he hit a couple of nice length balls. We were talking about. I think, and he looked like he was afraid of it. Like he was obviously thinking, Dhoni's had a bit of a crack at me. I'm on the big stage, bowling the death. But I reckon, by the look of him, he can bowl Yorkers, and he can get it into the wicket. I think he's a possible death bowler for the future. Even though a lot of people look at that and go, "Oh, he looked a bit dodgy."
Okay, they've lost the match, but now when they get into that huddle after losing that game, Kings 11, of course, the batting is going to be spoken about much and how they handle that chase. Going back right at the start, Mujib, they missed you, reckon? Especially how the spinners.
Yes and no. I think Sam Curran did have a decent game. Chris Gale's come back in. Okay, missed out, but you can't leave Chris Gale out. So 160, when you have a 110 run partnership chasing 160 for the third wicket and you lose by 22 runs, that's an incredible amount of runs to lose by. If two of your top four batsmen have got to 50s, not many teams will lose by that big margin. It was just poor batting in the last 6-7 overs.
Yeah.
So I just saw on the screen it said that I said that he would not be an option in the death overs. No. Whoever's writing that, I said he will be an option in the death overs. Shah, sorry.
Okay, one word, just standout performance there by Harbhajan Singh. He was kept out. Of the opinion he should be brought back. What figures there? 4 overs, 17 runs, 2 wickets. A dream game for him.
Yeah, there's 2 wickets at the start. I mean, Chris Gale, I don't think there are too many bigger wickets than Chris Gale. I don't know whether we've removed stats. I think Chris Gale, I remember from memory, Ashwin's done the same to him at Chennai, got him caught behind this. I think Harbhajan threw it wide. It was very unlike sort of Chris Gale shot. He usually is smart with the bowlers he takes on. Just didn't really go after Harbhajan, nor did he want to defend, which he does quite often in that in early part of his innings. So yeah, unfortunate for Kings 11 that he nicked that very wide ball and safe hands of MS. So
ended up being a great selection, Harbhajan.
Yeah.
We said that at the start of the game. You mentioned things.
Can't be easy for him sitting out as well. He was the man of the match in that first game, then sat out, brought back into the team, and it's been a great.
Sorry, and again Mayank Agarwal, a strange shot in the same over. I think if Kings 11 have to go the distance, can't just rely on Chris Gale to just bail them out or get the big runs and win them all the games. I mean, KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal are now sort of India internationals. I mean, Mayank plays Test cricket, but he's shown that he's good enough at T20 cricket. That's a poor shot.
They've had a batting collapse earlier as well, but then they got bailed out because you had Delhi Capitals also collapse in that game. So something that Kings 11 need to watch out for going ahead into this tournament. Okay, we've got another game to look forward to. This is the second game of the day. It's Hyderabad versus Mumbai. Hyderabad hosting Mumbai. Mumbai now coming off a win against Chennai. Hyderabad have been on a roll. They lost that first match, but since then have won 3 encounters on the trot. So okay, news coming in from Hyderabad. It was raining earlier, it stopped raining now. Hyderabad have won the toss. They've decided to bowl first. So you'll see the likes of Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock walk out to bat very soon. 2 changes there then for the Mumbai teams. We're getting to know you've got Yuvraj Singh going out and you've got Ishan Kishan coming in place of him, and also Alzari Joseph comes in for Lasit Malinga. We'll start with that first change. Ajit, to you, this was expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good change. As much as they would have wanted UV to come good, we've seen at times he struggled to sort of increase the strike rate or rotate strike, and that number 4 position becomes really important, and Ishan Kishan's performed for them before. So, look, there might be a role for UV to play going forward in the season, But I think that's a very good change.
The other one, Alzari Joseph coming in for Malinga, can't be the same. I mean, you can't really replace Malinga in the T20 format. I know it's not a Malinga in form, but then a youngster coming in place of Malinga. That's a forced change, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got a great bowling attack, and I think they can afford to do something like that, arguably. But yeah, I just think the guys they've got around them, Mumbai, I think with their bowling attack, definitely have that luxury. So that'll be an interesting change.
Okay, so you've got two changes there in the Mumbai Indians team. We'll take a look at the Hyderabad team. Have they made any changes? You wouldn't expect any change because they've been in tremendous form. I mean, it says a lot about the team, Ajit, if you've got Kane Williamson sitting out.
Yeah, and you've got to admire what Johnny Bairstow's done. You would have thought at the start of the season, as good a player as he is, that he would play ahead of Williamson, but that's how good he's been for them. The form's been so good. Last couple of games, he's scored quicker than Warner and scored big. So, how do you leave a person with that kind of form out? They've got so many players to replace. There's Shakib sitting out as well. They've got a long list of good players who can replace any given player at that point without affecting the team's balance. So, they do well in the auction every time. Vijay Shankar's been a great addition for them.
Yeah.
So, I think by far one of the strongest teams in this competition.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a very strong team for Hyderabad. Sean, let's talk about Nabi there. We don't know if Kane Williamson is 100% fit.
I think he's injured, yeah.
Even if he was fit, it's tough to now keep Nabi out with the two performances that he's given. 6 wickets in those two games.
Good player. I mean, he plays well all around the world. He plays at the Renegades in the Big Bash. He's done well there. So he's a world-class player. Hits the ball really hard, gives a great option with the ball. I mean, if Williamson's 100% fit, I think they'd be tempted to squeeze him back in. But they've got a little bit of a mini dilemma there, I suppose, going forward.
We'll take a look at Mohammad Nabi's number, and he's that lucky charm for his team because whenever he does well with the ball, the team ends up winning. In IPL since 2018, he's picked up 13 wickets in the 4 matches that he's played. He's got a great average there, great economy as well. And this, considering, Ajit, most of the time he's given the ball in the power play, and yet to have such good performances since 2018.
Yeah, and I mean, the economy is great as well, apart from the 7 wickets that he's got.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing
Bowling
to
in
do.
power play,
I mean, these days finger spinners seem to be going out of fashion a little bit. A lot of captains trust either mystery spinner or the wrist spinners. But he clearly shows if you've got the skill sets and you're smart enough, I think you can still thrive in this format. And okay, against RCB they had a mountain of runs, but against Delhi he was really good again. So another opportunity to impress and keep making sure that he's not left out of the 11.
Right, it's not just the opening overs, the power play that he does rather well. If you look at in the middle overs as well, that's really the area where he comes into his own, and it's even a better average that he's got there. But you'd expect when the field really spreads out, and economy also outstanding, has picked up 3 wickets there, not as much as in the first 6 overs. Today, you'd expect him to be given the new ball. You've got Quinton de Kock coming after.
Yeah, you've got to be smart with the finger spinners. I mean, he's obviously bowled a lot of his overs to left-handers. So you got to make sure you use them right. They seem to be in T20 a slight dying breed, but if you get it right as a captain and bowl them at the right times, it can be very useful, as we've seen with Nabi.
We're talking about Quinton de Kock versus Nabi, but the eyes would also be on Rohit Sharma. Now, looking at his form, just as Nabi has been, as we showed you the stats earlier, whenever he does well, Hyderabad does well. Similar for Mumbai Indians. You need Rohit Sharma to fire. Hasn't yet really fired.
Yeah, looked good in a couple of innings. Very unlike Rohit, that once he's got a start, he usually goes on, gets a big score. Fortunately, Mumbai have got 2 wins out of that 4, in spite of his form not being great. I'm sure he'll get runs at some stage. I think he's played for the old Hyderabad franchise before, likes his ground. I think he scored enough runs here. Tonight might be the night. So, but you're right, they need Rohit in good form. At some stage, he is their standout player. No matter how many good players they have in the lineup, you need Rohit in good form.
Okay, let's take a look at Rohit Sharma's number through the innings, and this is the first 20 balls that he faced, and he gets dismissed in those first 20 balls rather often. This is in IPL 2018. I remember even looking at that highest record for number of ducks in the IPL. He's right up there, I think, in the top 3. He's known to be a nervous starter if you look at even the international career. But somewhere back of the mind, you know that if he can get through that phase, then he's the one who can get you that.
Well, he's a high scoring batsman. So he goes on with big innings, international cricket, whatever it is. So, yeah, get him early. Great. That's the plan. Get him out early. If you don't get him out early, it's trouble. So it could be game over. So, yeah, he's obviously a big key. He's a great leader, I think, for Mumbai. He has been over the IPL time. He's been one of the great captains. So, and when he gets going, he's great to watch. So it's enjoyable for us to sit back and watch him.
That's a great contest, though, this game. You know, some really good T20 bowlers in the opposition.
Arguably the two best teams, you think?
Yeah,
arguably.
Yeah, I mean, maybe KKR
Yep.
there and thereabouts with these two teams. But, yeah, it's another challenge, Rohit, against this attack.
Yeah, if you were Rohit Sharma, you'd concentrate on going past those 30 deliveries. We were looking at the record. Whenever he goes past those 30 deliveries, that's sort of a landmark. He goes on to get massive runs. There it is. You know, if you get him out before the 30 deliveries, then you'd be happy and not too many runs there to score. But if he goes past that, you take a look at the strike rate. That increases to 213. He hovers around the 100 mark before that. After that, it goes on to 213. And he's got, 62 runs in 29 balls. So that's dangerous territory, a territory where Hyderabad wouldn't want to be.
Yeah, I mean, not just in IPL cricket, but any cricket we've seen Rohit, if he gets through that start, can hit sixes at will, score very quickly. So, yeah, Mumbai Indians would want him to hang around, but I'm sure he'd want to get off to a good start. Like we saw with Virat the other night, you know, couple of boundaries in that first over got him on his way. Maybe that's the case with Rohit as well. When you're not quite in your peak form, you just want bat on ball, couple of nice sweet shots through the gap, and might just help his confidence.
All right, it wasn't a fab performance from Kings 11 Punjab, but was it a fab performance with our two experts here in Fab 4? We'll take a look at their score. We'll start with Sean Tate. How is it that he did? He had picked Shami, MS Dhoni, ignore the spelling there, Sam Curran and Shane Watson, ended up with 83 points, and that's
great.
a decent enough total. We've seen double hundreds too.
Yeah, with 2 zeros.
experience.
So
2 zeros. What is
But
that?
still getting 83, not a bad score. Okay, we'll take a look at how Ajit Agarkar has done. Has he gone past 83? I assume he would have. He's got 2 zeros too, but yes, 169. That seems like a winning total with the KL
bowlers
Rahul
have been
being
useless
Yeah.
in a match won by 22 runs.
Bizarre.
But I'm surprised. You know, Imran Tahir would have thought that he had a great game. But
Yeah, I think
gives you
he's
0
bowled well.
points. Yeah.
I don't know whether his was the best economy.
You should,
find
get, you
out.
should get points for dot balls or
No,
something. shouldn't
his wasn't because Harbhajan Singh.
Oh, it was even better, was it?
Yeah, Harbhajan at 4.25 and Tahir was at 5 economy. Very, very
Pretty
close to call. Okay, we're completely out of time. Fab 4 time.
Oh,
Who started first last time around?
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
You
Ajit
did. So,
go for it.
Wow, that's you've put that. I forgot about that. So all right.
okay, there's the playing 11. May I just help you?
Yeah. So, look, I'm gonna have to say, Rashid Khan,
A tough choice.
Rashid Khan, David Warner, and I'm gonna go Rohit Sharma, and look, I think Hardik Pandya.
Hardik Pandya.
So
I thought as
some
much.
usual suspects there, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. The most likely Fab 4.
Okay, I'm going to go Berendorf.
Nice.
I wanted to go Rohit now that he's taken. Let's try and pick
You could still
different
pick
players.
it, yeah, but yeah, just to
Ishan
give it a
Kishan.
side.
Ishan Kishan.
No, I'm going to go. Who's that?
Karen Pollard, Kunal Pandya, Quinton
De Kock.
Yeah.
I'm going to go De Kock. And I'm going to go.
Bumrah. No one's picked Bumrah.
Oh, no, Bumrah actually.
Okay.
Let's pick
managed-
Nabi.
Managed Pandya.
Nabi.
Nabi and Johnny
Bairstow.
Bairstow may as well, with the form he's in.
I can already see signs of this one being a very exciting Fab 4. Great picks by both our experts. I'm afraid that's all the time that we have for you. It's an interesting game coming up. As the two of them said, probably the two best sides in the IPL so far. Hyderabad taking on Mumbai. We'll see you in the mid-innings now.